Let me get into this space right here. Oh. I forgot I had to talk about this. I had a lot to talk about today, huh? Child. I'm going to sleep after this. I probably need to break this up into 2 lives. Oh my God. Well, Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock for talking about his bald-headed wife. Will Smith is a mess. Will Smith is the fool. Jada Pinkett Smith is trash and an embarrassment. And Chris Rock, I'd milk this for everything it's worth. You stay quiet, you be spotted out, and you continue to collect those sold out show tickets. Your price will continue to go up, and you do what you need to do. Here's the problem that I have with this whole situation, and a lot of people are not going to like me. Obviously, it was a slap heard around the world, but at the end of the day, Will Smith had no right to put his hands on Chris Rock. First of all, Will Smith was laughing. We all saw that until Jada rolled her eyes. Will Smith walks up there, slaps Chris Rock. Jada thought that was funny. That's the new footage that was leaked. Now, first of all, ain't no man finna walk up on me like this and just slap the hell out of me. This is why Chris Rock probably gets paid the big bucks, and I probably won't ever. Because let me tell you, the way I would have jumped on Will Smith's back down that motherfucking runway, my God, I'd have slapped him, and I'd have knocked the shit out of Jada Pinkett. Absolutely. I'd have ripped that woman a new bald-headed. Okay, but seriously, in all seriousness, this was not okay, and the problem that really kind of bothered me was everybody was saying that, you know, he deserved this. He should have watched what he said. He shouldn't have talked about her health. First of all, I talked to my sister. She was like, we really got into some conversations because I don't even do the political stuff, but I caught myself saying some political things, and I don't even really talk about that because I don't really go into the party stuff. But I really kind of felt like that was some like democratic, like, let's play on the emotions of things. You know what I mean? It was that let's play on everybody's emotion type BS. Oh, it's alopecia. My sister was like, well, you know what? Alopecia is not chronic. Alopecia, you can't die from it. You just lose your hair. You know what I mean? But it's not even about that to try to minimize someone's health. I think the issue for me is the idea that comedians have been making jokes about health, hair, sexuality for decades. One of my favorite comedians, Lisa Lampanelli, literally is the most no holds barred, dark humor having comedian ever, and she's paid millions and millions of dollars. If you never heard of Lisa Lampanelli, look her up. She literally talks about babies in Africa having AIDS. She literally says the F word. She talks about black people. Like, she does all of these things, and then I think what frustrates me even more so, people are saying, well, you know, Chris Rock was dragging Jada Pinkett Smith in 2016 when she was calling out the Oscars for not giving Will an Oscar and blah, 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 blah. And she just don't like Jada. Jada just said they just don't like Chris Rock for what he did in 2016. Here's the thing, guys. Since when have we went to award shows and have comedians hosted award shows and never roasted the audience, never roasted the front row? When do you go anywhere where a comedian is hosting or doing a show and they're not roasting people? Somebody will say, well, this is not a comedy show. Well, they hired a comedian to do the show. So you didn't think that he was going to do comedy? You didn't think that he was going, that was the thing, to break up the comedic relief. You guys are a bunch of millionaires and billionaires. Get over yourself. You're rich. You should be able to take a joke. And see, the other thing that was killing me was this idea that he was so right for protecting his black queen. And this was pissing me off because it felt like, and you know, I'm not saying everybody, but black people and black women, this is, well, get ready, put on your seatbelt and get ready to get triggered. Because I felt like there was a lot of black women in those comments, in different comment sections, looking for some type of savior. This was like some saviorism complex because they feel like, you know, you hear that meme, the black women are the most underprotected and underappreciated. And finally here you have a black man protecting his queen, but yet up against at the expense of another black man. But black women, there's so many black women, not all, there's so many black women that's just looking for a black man to say, listen, see, he's the savior to us. Look and see, he's protecting a black woman. We love him. Somebody, because we feel like, oh my God, no one is, and I get it, because you feel like there's nobody out here protecting the black woman, or the strong black men are going for the white men, the white women. But let's be clear here, guys. When the hell did black people, I don't know about your household, but I always knew about my household. We always thought Will and Jada were some weird Church of Scientology, weird Hollywood weirdos. We as black people, we like Fresh Prince, but we may have fooled with the Nutty Professor and Low Down Dirty Shame. Set it off, but you know, and obviously other Will Smith movies and things like that. But them as a couple, them as a family, them as the pinnacle of black love and black appreciation, we always like, well, those are those weirdos with those weirdo kids. Yeah, Will and Jada, they always onto some weird shit. Yeah, I don't really know. Yeah, you know, good movie, good actors, you know, but nah, I'm not fooling with that Will and Jada. You know, my mama called me. She said, you know, Jada. I said, what do you mean, Mama? She said, yeah. She said, what do you think about that Will and Jada? I said, well, I think it was a joke. I think that it was the fool. And my mama said, well, you know, Jada, you know, they said that Jada's with that stuff. I'm like, with what stuff? You know, that's how they, you know, she's with that stuff. Her and Queen Latifah's with that stuff. And I'm thinking, what stuff? Like lesbians? Well, you know, not the lesbian stuff, but that other stuff. You know, a part of that cult and that Hollywood weird stuff. And you know that Queen Latifah and Jada, they're the leaders of it. I said, oh, okay, Mama. But that's always been the conversation when it comes to Jada and Will. They're always, when you talk to the older people, you know, Will and Jada, they cool, you know, yeah, we like them, but you know, they're weirdos. So now all of a sudden, you know, Jada is the black queen. Jada's the new Michelle Obama. Since the hell when? Jada's the new Beyonce. When the hell did black women start looking up to Jada Pinkett for anything? When the hell did black women started seeing Jada Pinkett in them, or seeing themselves in Jada Pinkett? Miss me with that bullshit. It's just the savior complex for me. It's this idea that these women are out here looking for anybody to save them. Like, girl, Will Smith was wrong. You don't get to get up there and put your hands on somebody. And I don't give a damn because Jada's a black woman. He should be justified in doing it. That's stupid. That's ignorant. Because now look, the day that, first of all, that was the first time that we had, well, I don't know if it was the first time, but you know, the producer of the show, Will Packer, he was black. This is the first time Will has won an Oscar for such an iconic role of being a black father, bringing Venus and Serena and helping them become who they are. Legendary black women, and that whole moment is overshadowed for Jada, who was cheating on Will with August Alsina in an entanglement, who's been cheating on, who we just now found out that Will and Jada aren't even really together. They're in a whole open relationship. Now all of a sudden, Will is the black king that protects his castle, and Jada is that queen sitting there. Get the hell out of my damn face. I ain't never looked at Jada as I'm not saying everybody, but I'm just saying, that's never been the conversation for the culture. How Jada, I could understand if this was Michelle Obama. We ain't never respected Jada Pinkett as being some prominent black queen that we just, we've always thought that Jada, yeah, she's beautiful, but she's a weirdo. She's a little wild. She's with that stuff. That's always the guy in everybody's house. Will and Jada, and let's be very clear. We don't even think that Will and Jada believe in God. So y'all got to stop that. It just really sent me how easily people are just like, yes, king, yes, queen, yes, protect the black woman. That wasn't that was ignorant. That was dumb as hell. That was stupid. That set us back. And Will Smith was one of the most prominent black actors of our time. Finally getting his just due, and you going to do some dumb shit like this? This was not the time. Then he talks about how he needs to protect his family. You want to protect your family? Cancel the stupid red table talk where your wife is talking too damn much, talking about how, Tupac was going to beat you up, and how she's banging August Alsina, how she thought she wanted to be a lesbian, how she's high on Nutty Professor, how she was this, how she was that. And you stop talking and writing in your books about your issues and your addictions and sitting up with Oprah, spilling all your family business and getting upset when people make jokes and memes about them. And people thought I was wrong because I was saying, well, Will is tired of being the butt of the joke with his relationship. Then it came out in an article that he's been frustrated since the entanglement has come out. Well, the entanglement came out because with red table talking and August Alsina, your wife's a whore. But Will, you were jumping off of mountains and plains and with Eritrean white women and Armenian women and whatever. Then you got Willow. She's a weirdo. Jada, they're weird. So you raised the kids to be weirdos. And you guys talk about it. It's so free, and let's open up and let's freely talk about it. And I'm with a woman, and I'm a he, she, they, we, there, and other, and maybe it's an entanglement, and I believe in polyamory, and I want to bang a man and a woman, and I want to be in a relationship, and it's an open conversation at the red table about our family. And then you mad because somebody made a joke about, G.I.J. That triggered you. But shit, she's bald. Here's what it is. I don't know. If I'm making jokes, I'm not looking at, well, shit, does the woman have alopecia? Does she have cancer? Is she going through chemo? I don't give a damn. I don't know. My job. And hell, how do we even know that Chris Rock wrote the joke? So I'm just like, I don't care, guys. Like, he was wrong. And then, and what got me was a lot of those same people that were, because we had a group chat in my family. And my family was divided too. A lot of my family was divided because some people was with Will, some people was with Chris. And my thing is, not too long ago there was a conversation with Chris about Dave Chappelle that had happened. And Dave Chappelle making all these jokes. Could the transgender walk on stage and sock the shit out of Dave Chappelle? Oh, absolutely not. The transgenders have to deal with it because they're transgendered, right? It's not the same. It is the same. You don't get to tell me what offends me. You don't get to tell me what offends me. But what I'm saying is this. Whether you're gay, you're transgender, you sick, whatever. If you, and I'm not talking about a DaBaby rapper, new. I'm talking about a Dave Chappelle, Chris Tucker, you know, Kevin Hart, a real seasoned D.L. Hughley. Like, I'm talking about a real comedian, somebody that we used to watch growing up. If they make those kind of jokes, laugh. Comedians should be, if the transgender shouldn't be offended, but neither should the woman with alopecia. The gays, if the gays can't be offended over here, which I don't think that they should be, child, the bipolar handicapped woman with one leg and two noses shouldn't be offended either. It's weird. We're laughing. It's a cackle. We're making light of things that are not supposed to be funny, but we're making light of them and we're moving forward. Let's get over it and let comedians be able to do their job, guys. I wasn't on the front lines trying to cancel Dave Chappelle because he made transgender jokes. But I'm not going to be on the front line trying to cancel Chris Rock either, because he said that she'd make G.I. Joe too. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I might make a tranny joke. Doesn't mean I hate you. I might make a bar-headed joke. Get on, like, girl. It's not, I'm not coming from a dark place. Like, girl, everything doesn't have to be so serious. Yeah, that's just my thing. Now, Will Smith has resigned from, I guess, the board, or, you know, we don't know what's going to happen with that. But now you're losing everything over trying to slap somebody for Jada, and this is just so stupid. And now you get to go to sit on the red table talk and talk about why you did it. What an embarrassment. What a dummy. So I don't stand with this. I don't agree. I think this is dumb. I think this was very unnecessary. It was unprofessional. And while Chris Rock handled it very professional and very well, I know he has to feel like the ultimate sucker, because he's like, but you just slapped me in front of the whole entire world in a suit on television. How dare you? So yeah. It is what it is, Joe. That's my opinion.